Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda Marsalis. Welcome to Heard It on the Shark. I'll be your show host, and Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area is your show sponsor. Heard It on the Shark is a weekly interview show that airs every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the Shark 102.3 FM radio station based in Ripley, Mississippi. Then it's released as a podcast on all the major podcast platforms. You'll hear interviews with the movers and shakers in North Mississippi who are making things happen. I'll talk to entrepreneurs, leaders of business, medicine, education, and the people behind all the amazing things happening in North Mississippi. When people ask you, how did you know about that? You'll say, I heard it on the Shark. Heard It on the Shark is brought to you by the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area. We want you to get out and discover the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of the Mississippi Hills that are right in your backyard. And of course, we want you to take the Shark 102.3 FM along for the ride. Musical credit belongs to Hill Country Blues guitar legend Gary Burnside and the late great Buddy Grisham, playing Long Way Home from their album Acoustic Brothers, which was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
This program was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda with another episode of Heard It on the Shark. And today in Sun Bear Studio, I have with me Mr. Clark Ritchie. And you guys have heard from Clark before. He's come over to Sun Bear before because he does so many awesome things. He is a native of Baldwin, and they've done lots of great theater things, both movie, theater, and theater, like live theater things, and he's a musician, so he's come over often to tell us all the great things that are happening in Baldwin, and this time he is going to be talking about June bugs. So thanks, Clark, for coming back over.
Well, thank you for having me, Melinda. It's always a pleasure to be over here and talk with you. Yeah, we try to keep something going all the time. When I get to the point that I'm not busy, I go looking for something to get busy.
So now, wait a minute. June bugs, like the things you catch on a string and let it fly in a circle?
Well, this is the Mississippi June Bug Society, and we got associated with them. My partner, Amy Gousset, and I got associated with the June Bugs about 4 years ago. It's a group that was formed by Judge Mike Mills from Itawamba County, now of Oxford, and it's all about Mississippi culture. Literary pursuits, musical pursuits, and he just wanted to gather together a group of folks that had the same kind of interests and go and do some kind of excursion each year, and that's what he's done for 4 years. He's done it for 5 years, and I've done it with him for 4 years. This will be the fourth year.
Tell me the previous places that you've gone.
He started out in Concord in Massachusetts, I believe, where the first group, a smaller set of his close friends, they went to the spot where the William Faulkner character Quentin Compson allegedly committed suicide, and they placed a marker on the bridge where this suicide occurred in a fictional suicide. And it's sort of been that kind of connection to Mississippi culture and literature that's sort of driven what they're doing. The second year we were in Clarksdale, and we went down to Greenwood and we placed another marker. So maybe there's some morbidity to the situation. We placed another marker there for Billy Joe McAllister, another fictional character, this one Bobby Gentry's fictional character, there at the Tallahatchie Bridge where he allegedly jumped off in her Ode to Billy Joe. So, and after that, we went to Muscle Shoals, Alabama, Florence, Alabama. We spent the third year there. The fourth year, we were back in Oxford, and it was all things William Faulkner. And this year, it's going to be in Tupelo. And so there's going to be a lean into the Elvis music, I'm sure, and rockabilly past there in Tupelo.
Oh, my gosh. That is where in Tupelo?
Well, part of the event is this gathering of these scholars, and I call them scholars. I'm really on the non-scholarly side of things, but these scholars, they get together and they present papers. Many of the folks that first started this were legal scholars. They're lawyers, they're judges, they're justices on the Supreme Court, that kind of thing. So they're very learned men and women, and so they present papers to one another. But in this environment, it's papers that are not necessarily legal papers, but it's something of entertainment value to them. And they're a very intelligent group of folks, and it's hard for me to keep up with them myself a lot of times. But so that happens on Friday night, and I believe that's going to be at the Elvis Center there in the Birthplace Museum there. That's going to happen there, but that's just for the literary group. The second night, it's going to be at the Cotton Mill Event Center there in Tupelo, which will have a huge musical blowout that starts at 7 p.m., and that's going to be at the second night at the Cotton Mill in Tupelo, and that is the part that's open to the public, free to everybody, and I can tell you about the musicians or whenever you want to.
Okay, so you answered my first question, how much does it cost? Because that seems like a lot of bang for your buck there. So it's free.
It's infinite bang for your buck because it's free. So you divide by zero, it's infinity. So you don't have to pay a dime to come and see the concert at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. And we've got some really, really great musicians and singers there.
Wait a minute now. The judges and the lawyers themselves are the musicians.
Some of them participate in that. Mike Mills, who I mentioned, who's the founder of the group, he plays guitar and he plays in the group. Actually, Senator Roger Wicker has sung with us every year but one, I think, so far. So I fully expect that Senator Wicker will probably be singing a song or two there with the June Bugs on Saturday night. But we also have these musicians of the type. Billy Earhart is a keyboard player. He's a Grammy winner. He played keyboard for the Amazing Rhythm Aces, and that's where he won his Grammy. And he also played for Hank Williams Jr. for 20 years. Well, he plays keyboard for the group. So it's not just anyone involved in the musical aspect of it. Now, we also have Will McFarlane, who is Bonnie Raitt's lead guitarist. He's one of the Muscle Shoals Swampers. He played on so many great songs that were recorded there in Muscle Shoals, and he'll be in attendance, and he'll be playing guitar with the group. Many, many others. Amy Gousset and I, we like to sing, so we'll be singing a few songs with them as well.
Now, Clark, this is going to be a great night to be in Tupelo, I think. That is fantastic because I, for one, have not been to the Cotton Mill yet. I've not seen it. It's a new venue. I believe that I don't think it's been open that long. So this will be a good opportunity for just everybody to go check it out.
Absolutely. It seats, I would say, in excess of 300, and we're certainly hoping for 300 or more to be there. And as you mentioned, I think you mentioned, food and drink will be available and be sold there at the event. So it's first come, first served. I hope we have to turn people away at the door, but I think it's going to be a great, great night, 7 p.m., and that is Saturday, June the 1st. I don't know if I've even said the date yet, but it's Saturday, June the 1st, and Will McFarlane, Billy Earhart, Lee County native Trey Lyons, and our esteemed Muscle Shoals drummer from Fulton, Mark Wilcutt. They'll both be on hand as well. Trey Lyons,
and Amy
Gousset, Clark Ritchie, yeah. Mike Mills, maybe Senator Wicker, who knows? You know, Morgan Freeman even sang with us over at Clarksdale in that first year.
Tell me your favorite song that you're going to sing that night.
Well, I'm going to sing Elvis songs because it's in Tupelo. So I'm going to sing rockabilly songs. I don't know if I'm supposed to give away the set list, but I'm going to sing C.C. Rider. So I love that one. Elvis opened many concerts in Las Vegas with that one. I'm going to sing that one. I'm going to sing Burning Love, and I'm going to sing a little bit of Blue Suede Shoes. Okay,
that can do nothing but increase the crowd.
Okay,
so
that's
that'll
good.
Bring people in.
That's great. That's great.
Okay, tell it one more time, when and where.
Okay, it's June 1st, 7 p.m., Cotton Mill Event Center in Tupelo. And that's coming up in just a couple of weeks.
Clark, thanks so much for letting us know about that. I'm going to put it on my calendar. I want to make sure I'm there.
We will welcome you and all others who want to come and have a great time with the Mississippi June Bugs in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Shark fans, that's it for this edition of Heard It on the Shark. Tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. to find out what's going on from local community leaders. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for an interview, or if you want access to this interview, go to our website, shark1023.com, and click on the podcast tab. Keep it tuned to the Shark 1023 and have a great rest of the day.
The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area was established by the United States Congress in 2009 and represents a distinctive cultural landscape shaped by the dynamic intersection of Appalachian and Delta cultures. This intersection has produced a powerful concentration of nationally significant cultural icons, including King of Rock and Roll Elvis Presley, First Lady of Country Music Tammy Wynette, blues legend Howlin Wolf, civil rights icons Ida B. Wells-Barnett and James Meredith, America's favorite playwright Tennessee Williams, and Nobel-Laureate William Faulkner. The stories of the Mississippi Hills are many and powerful, from music and literature to Native American and African American heritage to the Civil War. The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area supports the local institutions that preserve and share Northeast Mississippi's rich heritage. Begin your discovery of the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of our region by visiting the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area online at mississipphills.org.
This show is made possible by JC Media, LLC in Ripley, Mississippi. JC Media owns the Shark 102.3 Classic Rock FM radio station where the show is hosted, and Sun Bear Recording Studio where the interviews are recorded. We need your feedback and support. If you listen to the podcast on a player like iTunes, Google Podcasts, or Amazon Music, please subscribe to the show and leave us a review. We also have an email in which you can share your feedback. That email is theshark1023@gmail.com. Subscribe to our podcast on your favorite app or stream episodes online at shark1023.com/podcasts. Today's episode was produced by Melinda Marsalis. It was edited by Rick Williams and engineered by Chris Marsalis. The podcast technician is Joyce Grady.